there, boogerlugs, prick up your ears and eyes. Hey there, boogerlugs, you got a big surprise. It ain't no podcast, what it is you just don't know. We're just saying, you're welcome to the Ford and Shelby Show. The Ford and Shelby Show. That is the Ford and Shelby Show.
Bonjour.
What? We're going French this week. Hello.
Hello and welcome back to the Ford and Shelby Show. This is week
it's
29.
And what is it about the number 29?
29 is my lucky number.
And it's your lucky number because you're getting to go your wee holly bags shortly, aren't you?
I am going to New York, so I think by the time this goes out, I'll be away to New York.
Yes, because we'd originally started out today, I don't know, people normally do 10.
Right, when we started this podcast, we were just going to do 10 episodes.
Aye.
And then we got a wee feel for it, and people were enjoying it.
Didn't want to stop at 10.
No, so we then done 20.
20.
And then...
I wanted to stop.
Aye.
And then Leif, our producer, said, why don't we get guests in? And we started with Camden Bar, and then before we knew what happened, we're another 9 down the road. But we need to get away. We can't get away from here.
You've got a couple of things coming up. I have got a couple of things coming up.
A couple might be exaggerating. I've got one 10-year thing that I'm desperately chasing. But anyway, I've got stuff that I need to be doing, and you're wanting to get away.
I'd like to do a longer trip.
Aye, so let's have a look at the whole thing in a few months again and see if we...
So in short, we're taking a small break.
Aye,
we're taking a hiatus.
Would it be a sojourn? Is that what you call it? Is that a sojourn? A break? Is that a sojourn? A sojourn? Or is there anybody can help me in here? It's like a wee holiday of some description.
Like a sabbatical.
No, it's not. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Welcome to show 29.
And this is the last show for a wee while. But can we just say, first of all, before we move on...
You going to greet?
Would you like me to cry?
Maybe not here. Maybe up the road. Once I've got my stuff out and all that. For making you greet. You know, like putting the cakes up too high and all that. The rolling sausage up top of the wardrobe.
Are you going to tell people about the mini eggs?
No. Well,
right, well, let's just say, first of all...
I'll mention the mini eggs. I bought 16 quid's worth of mini eggs. They come in big party bags now. And there's a kilo in them. And I've tanked them all in a day and a half.
A kilo of mini eggs?
Aye, but that's okay. Stand back.
But you've lost £3.
I've lost £3.
So this chocolate diet is working?
Aye, and over the last 2 days, I picked up 2 boxes after 8. I enjoy it after 8. And I've ate the 2 of them, and I looked on 500 grams per box, so I've ate a kilo after 8. I know.
So there's a good chance when we come back, we'll be triple the size.
It's good this microphone's been checked. No, is there another noise completely coming from down here? Then
Have you got a yoke bum?
I've got a yoke hole. No.
No, but let's be serious. Can we just say thank you for everybody that has supported us, joined the Patreon, subscribed, bought merch. Still representing the merch. I'll still be wearing my Ford and Shelby hoodie about.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been fun.
I'm sending some of my stuff back to get the Shelby scraped off it and see if I can find somebody else. Ford and Agnes or something.
Let's not get that right yet, has
no,
it?
But it's Ford and Catherine Apartic. Jesus Christ, what a rocket she ended up being. The amount of, what do you call it, the results that she got, the contacts.
And there's another thing
she
to
did
mention.
about 2,000 people in one day, just went like a rocket.
I think in the first 24 hours, Catherine's episode had hit 4,000 views in 24 hours. I look at some podcasts and it's like 4,000 views in 6 months. I'm going to say as well... what?
Us?
No.
I'm joking.
You have got a wee madness about you today. He doesn't look himself.
No.
In a good way, though.
No, he looks as he looks as if he's
but you look...
Do you know what he looks like? I mean,
you can't say I look sexy.
No, you can't see him now, but he looks as if he's...
They can.
Oh, can they?
Right here.
Right, well, you look as if you've been pre-shrunk in an old washing machine.
Oh, they can't see that, but...
No, but I'm just saying, you look as if you've been on a bad tumble dryer. I
know, I think our podcast has been one of the fastest growing podcasts, for sure. And like
it has, because
if you look at Karen's episode, it was like 20-odd thousand. Yeah. And then Catherine's episode, so it doesn't matter if you're famous or not, if the people like
they're all moving.
They like you, they'll tune in for the episode.
Yeah. And I've noticed the ones that were sitting around about 5 are way up to 7 in a bit, so they're going back the way and looking at them as well.
And I've had a few messages of people just starting to discover the show. And they were like, see you later.
I know, great decision. Anyway.
Right, so, fucking, he's having a rare day the day, isn't he?
I feel like it's somebody else. That doesn't seem like way.
Why?
We
I don't know, you seem dead different
It's
today.
antidepressants.
By the way.
That's what he was doing this third day earlier on. So, plenty coming up today. We like the idea of the guest theme, so we might have more than one guest today. Yes, and we had Susan McCabe in, great, and the crack was good. And it's just like everybody that's been in has been brilliant.
I've had a great time. I really have, guys. Thank you so much.
But we need to get back onto the format of the show. How do we do it normally?
Well, I'm going to ask you, what have you been up to?
Well, I've got a big one this week. I only bought a motor a few months ago. Right, well, I've gone up the Great Western Road a few days ago, and there's a puddle at Great Western Road, which is all foamy, and it's obviously been somebody washing their car, right? And it's concealing a bastard and pothole, right? And I went right down it like nobody's business.
A ton of bricks.
That noise, you just know, clang. So I've got out the car. The fucking Great Western Road was going like that. The fair, like that, right? Arse ticks, not that up and down. You know that when you're too near it. So I went, fuck, what am I going to do? So I got back in the car, and I got on the phone, and I'm doodling through everything. And it first says, don't forget to take a photograph of the damage of the tyre, right? And the pothole where it happened, right? So I'm about 200 yards by the pothole, obviously, right? So I get out, and I must have looked like a fucking half-wit, right? I'm standing there, the shirt's blowing up, right? Arse cracked and everything. I'm trying to take a good photo. I'm thinking, I'll get it for that angle, that angle.
On 0.5 zooming in and all that.
And I, whoa, you fucking idiot, you. Right, so I've got that photo, and then I went, oh, aye, the pothole. Now I'm walking against the traffic. Down to the pothole, right? You're funny and all that, going in the window.
You can't park there.
You can't park there, mate. All that. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's Jack, and you fuck Jack. Nobody stopped. And I'm thinking, that's how the insurance companies do so well. Half the people that go down these potholes end up getting fucking killed taking photos of the accident. You know, and all for 60 quid tyre. So I thought that was bad news. Nobody stopped to help me or nothing like that. And I did have a mild scrape on my arse, which was with a tarpaulin off the back of a kind of beer wagon. It's going to smack me in the arse as a environment. You know, this isn't safe. Bad news, that.
So did you get the photo?
I've got the photos on my phone. I'll give you them. They're lovely photos.
We'll frame them. We'll get them on the wall.
There's my pothole, my tyre, and I've got them above the fireplace.
I was scrolling on TikTok.
Old MOTs, now. It's like in a car themed though.
I was scrolling on TikTok, right, just because you were talking about potholes there and people breaking down and all that. I never look at these types of videos, but it was a Scouse boy. It's no funny. There I go again.
Go, what?
I seem to be laughing lately at a lot of things that aren't meant to be funny. Anyway, this old man, so this boy's driving a pickup truck. And this old man's, he's in his 80s and he's got a Zimmer frame and he's walking the length of this motorway in England, but he's been doing it for 2 hours, just up and down, and not one person stopped.
Wandered down the motorway.
Aye, and this guy's like that. That's what's wrong with this generation, fucking no manners.
Wait a minute, you said he was for Liverpool.
Aye, all right.
Right, okay.
My name's Jack and I Chicken.
That's it.
There we go.
That's how you get into it. Jack and Chicken.
Jack and Chicken.
So,
proper bus.
So the old man's broke down.
The old man's broke down. 2 hours they'd been on the motorway just walking up and down. Nobody stopped. And it just so happened this guy, the pickup truck, stopped for him, right? And then he pans the camera, so he's like, this is fucking shocking and all that. Pans the camera, and the wee old man's in the front seat. And he's got the tinfoil, you know, blankets on. And his wee head's hanging out the tinfoil blanket like a tortoise. And I felt really bad. But I would stop.
Well, see, I don't know what the law is there. If if you're driving along a motorway and there's a fantastic looking woman with the bonnet up, you're like, I could stop and gear a horn, you know, whatever.
Gear 2.
But anyway, the thing is, you're no meant to stop because it's nigh on impossible to judge your speed when you go into the hard shoulder. So if I'd have seen the old man and thought, I'll help him, the chances are you pull in and then you're like, oh fuck, I need to brake really quickly here, and then just run the old guy there and just mush. I'd obviously take the aluminium for the scrap, but he'd be dead. So
I think his blue badge right off him.
I think what you're supposed to do is take the first exit, phone somebody,
it in.
or take the first exit, park safely, and try and get him off the fucking motorway by shouting at him.
But there you go, nobody's even called it in.
That's your modern society for you. They don't want to get involved.
But I would.
I've got a pal that's a doctor, and he was in the States, and John, when I got my double-act partner, and what do you call it, somebody taking a well in the airport, and they went out to help. I'm a doctor, and they went, get back. They went, you'll end up getting sued. No doctors help anybody in the States if they drop in the street. He says, you end up getting sued. He says, it's not worth it.
Really?
Aye. So, the world's kind of set against it. So that was an early story.
That's like China,
about,
apparently.
Eh?
China's like that.
Is it?
If somebody dies in the street or something, like, you can't go there and help them because they could get sued for it.
Well, see, in Poland...
And that's just anybody.
Aye, Poland, it's against the law if you don't help. You must show them help, or they come and find you and go, you didn't help this person that was taking a heart attack or getting robbed. You need to help.
What about... on the subject of roads, you're not... I saw somebody get done or either as being charged with eating an apple while in charge of a car.
How's that?
Well, you're not allowed to be doing anything in the car now. You buy a car, if you got a few quid, you buy a car with as many buttons in it as you can get, right?
Aye.
But see, if you start fucking about with the buttons, you're done.
Uh-huh.
But you were talking about...
It's... There's been money poured into AI at the moment, and they're going to be using drones to fly above us in the UK.
Cheaper than speed cameras.
Aye, to see if you're committing any driving offences. But it's a case of
like
AI...
That's 2 points. That's 2 points.
Or you're like that for your McDonald's chips. But AI is going to determine whether it's whether you've committed a crime or not.
But judge and jury.
It'll be judge and jury, yep. But you could boot in a boot like that. Hey, you go home. 3 weeks later, the letter comes through the door saying, you've committed a driving offence, 3 points and £100 fine.
Where's your appeal? So you turn around like, all right, I had a curry on my lap and a plastic spoon, and it's like, doesn't matter because it's AI. And you're like, I know, but I wasn't endangering anybody's life. Shut up, no, that because I'm a robot. Do you know what I mean? So you can't appeal properly in the same sense either.
But I'll be absolutely fine.
How?
Because I never eat at the wheel.
Why?
Because I like.
That's a fucking blessing because you'd be 3 times the size of you.
No, but there we go.
You'd have a fridge, you know that.
I would.
What do you call it? The French? Somebody come up. This is true. It was Citroen come up with a wee dinky car, and it had a baguette oven in it. On the dashboard, you just put your half-cooked baguette in it, set it up, and it goes ding.
And the Italians have got a pizza oven in the back of the boot.
Aye. You can get a coffee machine for the Fiat 500, a wee single espresso machine for the dashboard. You put your cup in.
That makes sense.
That makes sense,
drivers,
but you're not allowed it now. So all these inventions are no, it's not happening.
Aye, but what I'm saying is it would never happen to me because I like to savour my food. If I'm getting something and I'm like having to eat it, I'll pull in, put the seat back, heated seats on, the right type of music. I might even put a film on my phone and I'll sit and eat my dinner and then I go...
Well, that's the other thing. There's a wee doofer you can get. It's only about that size. And it's $4.99. You get it off of eBay and you can fire it. You plug it into your car and whatever's on your phone comes up on your sat-nav. So you can sit and watch a film. Especially if it was like a complicated film, you're like that, watching it.
I had a taxi driver one time. I can't remember where it was. I was abroad somewhere.
Fake taxi?
What?
Huh?
A fake taxi? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know what you're saying.
He had his phone with the sat-nav on it. I don't know what's happening.
Carry on.
He had his phone with the sat-nav, he had his personal phone, and then he had a big iPad with a film on it, and he's also looked at me in the mirror and he's talking away, and I thought, I'm going to pass away. I'm going to be mushed.
I mean, how's he not getting done? You got 2 feet massagers for pedals, that? Heated seats, that?
Listen, I saw one last night, there was
a driver on a tight like that. And then about a big accident. I watched it last night.
I see a lot of the videos.
I worry. See the Arctic. I don't want to. Obviously, they're a bunch of bastards. Arctics will kick fuck at you, but I always wonder how they keep awake. They pick them because they're driving like 20 years and all that.
But they can pull in as much as they want, right?
I think they're supposed to stop every 3 or 4 hours. I can't drive for 2 hours without falling asleep.
Anyway, never mind all that nonsense. But that's what I was up to, potholes and all that nonsense. We got a wee athlete. What were you doing last week?
Well, just the usual, out and about, whining and dining. Oh, I've not told you, but you might have seen it on TikTok. So we goes out to, I'll just name it because it's been named anyway.
Here we go. I hope it's not a bad thing. Don't be doing enough businesses shutting.
Listen, it's got nothing to do with me. Right. No, we went to Thunderdog in Byers Road.
Thunderdog, I know that.
Aye. So we goes in, a couple of wee side plates, and I'm right, so we had ordered a few side plates. I'm sitting, talking, telling a story. I've got the floor. The guy comes out, he's like that. Burnt ends, sweet corn, and then he goes, macaroni. I go, oh, that's for her. So I'm like that, and he drops the macaroni. But it landed on the table, but the macaroni bounced out. So I'm sitting, and I had a, off-the-shoulder top on, and then black jeans, so my skin was burning with macaroni. I had cheese in my armpit, but the majority of the macaroni had landed right at my crotch, right at the bits.
So you got 4 waiters away trying to get you a clothy wipe it for
they
you?
were all fighting to help me, right?
We're not getting it for you.
I'm doing that.
I'm the one that you do.
Honestly, I'm doing that.
Oh.
And I'm throwing the macaroni shells back into Danielle's bowl.
That was before he even spilled the macaroni.
So what did they?
I just said to the boy's like, I'm very sorry. I'm like, listen, it's fine. I went, but I'll take a large rosé wine. I went to the toilet because honestly it was a real cheesy mess. Went to the toilet and I'm looking, I'm like that. Can I use the wee skiddy bits of paper, right?
No.
To scrub?
No, because anyway, toilet paper rolls.
It goes all crummy and then it would have been worse.
Aye.
So we've got obviously sanitary towel products in the toilet. So I used 2 sanitary towels. And
dung nuts. They go like dung nuts.
Somebody's phoning you again.
Sure,
Dubstep. Every week.
So come on.
So I made a wee sponge out of fanny pads, pumped a wee bit of soap
I'll
into
answer my phone.
roasting hot water,
right.
And I'm scrubbing it. I'm just wiping myself, and then it was all wet. So I'm storing in the.
That's like MacGyver. You've managed to get in a terrible situation.
I'm storing in the toilet. And
make shoes out of them like Joanna Lovely.
No, I didn't need shoes at that point.
Right, okay, because that's what she does, isn't it?
I used to do that as a Wayne. Every child has done that. Put their most sanitary pads on their feet.
Have they? Aye.
Aye, but I think.
Well, if that's how your ma got you to clean the kitchen flare, that's up to you.
Shuffling about.
So you managed to sort yourself.
Aye, and then I was like that, pulling all these angles and positions in the toilet to try and get the dryer to dry my crotch, because then I was wet and cheesy.
Lovely.
And when I came back out, the guy gave me another glass of rosé wine. Right. But it was a great day.
And do you want to plug that restaurant again? Thunderdog. Well, do you remember Amaryllis?
One Devonshire.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
I couldn't remember. Gordon Ramsay. They opened Amaryllis in One Devonshire Gardens, and me and Leslie and Greg and Julie went the first night, and it was packed. It was rammed. But they were very good. They put us right up at the window. So you're looking out onto Great Western Road. Out the food starts to come. And I don't know if it's complimentary or no, but she comes with 4 red crimson drinks.
Oh, at Bloody Mary's.
Aye. And she walks up, and as I can see, she's about 3 feet away from me. I can see her bottle starting to collapse as she sees me and Greg. The programme was at its height. She went, and then fuck you, the whole lot doing me and me alone. And I've got a white shirt on. Julie, Greg, Leslie, nothing. Not a spit nor a spat, right? I look as if I've been executed in a mafia thing, as if I've been shot from the back through the window. Looks like an exit explosion, right? And she just burst into tears and ran away. So waiters came, I'm really sorry and all that. Let me. And I went, let you what? So I had to go out the door.
Vanish.
Aye.
Oxy-stain
No
remover.
fanny pads for me. Straight out the door, across the road. Luckily I stayed across the road, got a shirt, come back. They got a drink. I didn't get a fucking drink. And so no, I didn't go back to Amaryllis. In fact, do you know who? I've remembered now. Amaryllis was part of that scandal where the 4 credit card bank manager guys, there was Guy for Bartley's and all these kind of guys, were out having a bit of a nosh in there.
Right.
And they spent £39,000 on 4 people having wine at 20 grand a bottle.
Imagine that.
And the silly bastards tell everybody. Within 6 weeks they were all sacked. Your bank money. Bastards.
Cheeky boys.
Sticking it on the thing. So we've both been covered in muck.
I was in a taxi one time as well, and I went to a cheese and pork party. I was only about 19, 20.
So you were like, 19, you were like a debutante.
Aye.
Cheese and wine and all
Cheese
that.
and wine. Blue cheese, no a big fan, especially at the time. No,
I like blue cheese.
No, really, to be honest.
No, it's too lively, isn't it?
But it depends on the type.
It's a bit sour.
Right.
So anyway, I'm at this party. People are offering me cheese.
Smells like tramp's feet.
Tramp's feet.
Aye.
I wouldn't know Ford. I don't go about sniffing tramp's feet.
Come on, you never went to like the tramp's feet. No,
So what you do in your spare time?
that's you know how people that are in the Masons are in these special societies and all that. You want to go in the show business, get yourself down Georgia Square. Down the four corners.
Oh God. Well, I was in this party eating cheese. Gets to about 1 in the morning. I'm heading home, and I gets in the taxi, and I'm in the back. Windows are zipped shut tight. The heating's on, and there's the magic, the magic air freshener thing. The trees swinging like that, and I'm like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Oh, you start getting the wet tongue, and it's all heavy, and you're like,
oh, the brash, the water in the bottom there.
And I am swallowing. Well, I've never swallowed before. I'm like,
oh.
And I'm like, fuck. So
The
I just
precursor.
opens the bag. I takes out my keys because my phone's already in my hand, right? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, shit. But when I come into the Clyde Tunnel, so you can't say pull over, right?
No.
So I just opens my handbag. And I've never been sick so elegantly. I'm like, and it was just coming out in fucking thick chunks.
Oh!
And I filled the bag, and I'm like, just anywhere on your left's fine here. I got him to drop me off streets away from my house and see the bag. It was a Prada handbag, and it was real.
A real one?
And I put it in the bin. And I went home, and I'm like, my mother the next day, I was 7 away bag. She's like, have you lost it? I'm like, I spewed it and it's in the bin. So I've not really been a fan of blue cheese since then, but I'm warming to it.
Aye, and see when you're looking at new Prada bags and that, did you have a wee check inside them?
Just to see
Just
if
to
it.
see. Well, I mean, even if you're a midden man, you'd have seen that, man. That's a fake handbag somebody's hooked up into.
Aye.
But you could have cleaned it and saved it.
I probably could have, but
That's poor.
it is poor.
You could have sent it into Prada. They'll do anything, the monkeys, to fucking get your money off you.
Aye, but have you seen that with your real gear? If you send it back to the shops, sometimes you're having to pay an excess, and then it's like a 6 to 9 month waiting list. Fuck that.
For what?
Bags, jewellery.
But what do they do? Why would you send the back?
Like if your like Cartier bracelet broke or something like that, you send it back in.
If you'd one of the century eggs,
No.
I don't like the look of them either. They're rotten eggs, and they're black, and you peel the shell off them, and they're all dark blue
Aye.
inside.
Have you ever boiled an egg and done it too long that it goes black like that?
Aye, grey.
Aye, grey eggs.
That's the way I like them. If I go to a restaurant like they go sunny side up or poached, I'm going to grey. 2 grey eggs. I'm for Glasgow. It's grey in Glasgow. Makes me feel at home. So, aye. Do you know what I was going to tell you? Actually, you're talking about stinks. They've got a big plant, and I think it's in the Botanic Gardens, and it only opens every 4 years. And it's about, 7 or 8 feet.
Right.
And when it does open, it's all sticky and stinky inside, like death.
How long's that been there?
Years.
I've never heard of that.
Right,
then.
well, it opens up and it absolutely hums of death. Right? But if you go up and put your finger on it, go like that, it's sweet. It's no smelly. But the smell of death, and then the
Did they
reason for
advise
it
you to
is,
taste it?
in its same environment, when it opens up and the stamens out, it doesn't even kill insects. Insects come in, they eat the deathy smell, and then they go and pollinate other parts of the forest with it. But they're very rare, and there's one in there.
Is it the corpse floor?
It might be. It could be. I mean, it really smells like a dead body. And do you know what? You would go run a mile for that. But what people do is they go, it's March, the death plant's open, and they all go down. Desperate to smell it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it does smell like death in here, doesn't it? Oh, look, the winds are all smelling of death. So, aye.
I'd like to go see that.
Is it that one?
Oh my goodness, that's disgusting.
That's him. That's your big death
Corpse
knob
floor.
there sticking out the top of it. There you go.
I've never. Right, I'm going to go see if I can see that.
Right.
Botanic Gardens.
I think so.
Is it? Aye.
Aye. Is it time for you to say the famous words that you love saying?
Aye.
Go take it then.
Take a look at this.
Don't take that one. Take mine, seeing it's the last show. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Hey, take a wee look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. I'm just going to go back through the whole 19 shows, 29 shows, and steal all these off you. Take a look at this. Oh my, would you take a look at this? Remember I said we were going to have possibly a couple of guests on?
Right,
Well, we've got 3. No, 2, sorry. We've got guests in, and they're good friends of mine for a long time ago.
Oh, that TV show, Rick and Morty?
No, it's not Rick and Morty. The Morty bit's right. The guests this week are Bruce Morton and Mr. Raymond Mearns.
Hey.
Woo, welcome.
Great.
We told
Great
you,
to be here.
well, we mentioned to you when you come in, we'd Karen to kick off the run of guests that we'd had, and we thought the perfect way to get out of this term would be to have another 2 big names, and it's you 2.
Right.
Because
I was thinking maybe the 2 big names never turned up.
No.
And you got us.
No. We tried to get the hypnotist that was on, what do you call him? That was on the albino boy. Fraser Penman. You're not allowed to say albino.
I thought you said albino.
Is he no?
Oh.
Right, well, let's not debate whether the fucking hypnotist is albino or no, but in any case, we tried to get a hypnotist and he didn't manage to
Fraser
foresee.
Penman, sorry, there we go.
He didn't manage to foresee.
My daughter had a hamster that was an albino.
Was it a hypnotist?
What? No. And she killed it by feeding it Easter eggs. And
That's like me and you.
And we woke
my
up
hamster.
and the hamster was dead. And you know that way you're panicking because you're saying, oh no man, the daughter will be traumatised. So I had to run down the pet shop, only brown ones, then I had to get into B&Q and get some white spray paint.
It's a lot of bother to go, and then we're refusing the Easter eggs after that. You're like, you know, the same.
No, she killed that one, I know.
No,
She 19 hamsters in 4 years, but she thought it was all the same hamster. Just kept spray painting them all.
See, we didn't get that. The only people, we the Home Office at my door when I was growing up. At the Home Office of all people at the door, because my sister had a CB.
A what?
A CB radio?
A CB
Oh,
radio.
yeah.
What was her handle?
Well, I can't mind. Mine was the cameraman. I would be about 15, so she would only be 10 or 11. I can't mind. My cousin Carolyn was Special K.
Right.
She was Faker and Hill. Anyway, I had a daft wee General Electric thing that you could plug in 48 channels, no annoying anybody, with a wee kind of aerial like that. But she, at 11, managed to get a hold of a silver rod, which is a big,
That was a big aerial.
And all the veins climbed up the back of my mum's, just put it on. Didn't have it 3 weeks. 2 o'clock in the morning, clang, 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 4 men with suits on. Home Office, out of a van, with transmissions coming for this address. My mum went, what? She's like, what is it? Keep him on his stuff, mine and all took away. So that was the only time we got any bother with it. But no, we never killed any animals. With the budget flew away once. That was
Yeah.
it. That kind
I
of thing.
mind we had a budgie and it flew into the frying pan. When my mum was making a dinner and it was fatally, I mean, horribly critically injured.
Aye.
And it was,
Crispy.
you know, it was really suffering, you know, and my mother had to kill it out of kindness.
Yeah.
Can I ask Shelby, are you one of the only people in this fucking room that's actually had a normal childhood?
Well, no.
Well, you're one of the unlucky ones.
Did you have a budgie that flew in a frying pan?
No,
or
but I had a budgie and I used to put knives in the cage. I was 2 years of age.
Oh.
Tell it.
My mum with a budgie.
That's
And
how it
I
starts.
was about 2, I don't
The
know.
Muswell Hill murderer.
2, and my mum would wake up in the morning and in the cage there would be a dummy, there would be a remote, and then knives. And the knives were my
Trying to
thing
kill
for
a
a
budgie
while.
through the bars,
I also
Jesus.
killed a guinea pig, I forgot about that. I was feeding it Del Monte pineapple ice lollies, and then one day I got up, I was about a teenager, but it was hot in the summer, I thought I was doing a nice thing,
Aye,
cooling
'cause-
it down.
'cause
And
I love
he would squeak for them, and that's it. Next day's like that, rigor mortis.
Maybe it was just frozen.
So what about you? You don't kill anything then?
No, deliberately.
No.
Right, I never killed a guinea pig by type 2 diabetes.
No.
No, never deliberately. I remember coming up the A1, I was gigging down in Newcastle, right? And you know, you can go the A69 up the M74, which is the nicer road.
Yeah, but-
There's more services and all that. If you come up the A1, you're having a shite in a lay-by. And I'm coming up the A1.
Always have a shot.
After your gangsters?
I'm just
I don't
marking
stop
my
at the
parents.
services.
Hey, I'm just leaving a breakfast for the Badgers. Right. Now the point is, I'm coming up the A1.
Oh, that's not so
Right,
true.
well, I just finished a gig in Newcastle. It's pitch black, and I'm going, what the fuck's that? It's right up ahead. Maybe I don't know. I was doing about 80, 90. You know, you're bombing it middle of the night. And I'm going, what the fuck is that? There's 2. It was a massive hare I was a rabbit. I don't know. I'm not a big rabbit man.
No.
But it was just fucking standing there trying to step out, and I went, I'm fucking boom, boom. I mean. Not my fault.
Listen.
Not my fault. I never done a Green Cross fucking code. Green Cross code.
I've got a very similar
Fucking
story.
totaled it, and then what happened was a wanker dented my bumper. Right.
This wanker rabbit.
I know.
Must have been a hair.
Right hard rabbit.
Sort of damage.
Right hard. I'm sure I saw it cage fighting.
Aye, in another venue.
That's right, mate.
Listen, I've got an extremely similar
Yeah,
story.
rabbit
Me and Greg were filming miles away, and I can't remember the boy's name, red hair, he used to drive for us for the comedy unit and that, Derek. And he's driving us back for filming a still game out in the country. And we're knackered and that, we're sitting in the back of the motor, me and him, and we're going up the road, and there were 2 hares or rabbits standing in the road, like, you know,
Just
like
staring.
that.
I know.
And I went, Derek, you're not going to stop? And he went, no, move. And he ran over 2 of them simultaneously. Greg was like that, greeting. He's like, oh, Jesus, flattened you. And that was all it was. And the 2 of them went out of the game.
But I remember one night, and this is weird, I'd never seen anything like this ever or since. I was up with the late and great Janie Godley. Janie and I were up in Inverness. I'm in my brother's Volkswagen Bora, big saloon car, because my car was knackered, and he says, you can have my motor, right? And we went up to Inverness, we done the gig, and we're coming back down. And there's, you know, the A9, there's no services on the A9 either, and it's late at night. Janie needs a pish. So we stop at that house of Brewer.
Oh,
Which is
Very
about-
nice in there.
Which is about
Well, you
15,
could push
20
on a bit of
miles.
tartan.
Well, it was shut. It was
Right.
middle of the night. And we're going round behind it. And I'm not kidding. It was like the grun was moving. It was like, you remember that film, The Night of the Lepus?
Yes.
Which was the shitiest horror film ever. It was about these giant rabbits, and the scariest bit that they thought was a big close-up of a rabbit, right, and it was going, wee, 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 wee. Fucking pish, right. But the point is, I digress.
John Wyndham.
I'll tell you who was in it, I know.
John Wyndham wrote it.
Aye, but I'll tell you who was in it. DeForest Kelly was in that.
Oh, was he?
Who was Bones
Aye,
out of Star Trek.
Bones,
There you
Bones,
go.
Bones.
That's right. So, anyway, that's on the side. The point is, we get in it, there was fucking millions of rabbits. Millions. And I'm going, what the fuck? And Jeannie's going, oh, you're killing all the rabbits.
Again?
I mean, and you couldn't see the grunt for rabbits moving.
Right.
I mean, and I was just
But at least
moving.
you've something like
and it was-
yourself way after you've had a
Right,
pish.
we were going that slow. I tell you, I must have. It was some serious maximatosis genocide.
You said that night.
Well, hardly they were flattened. Right, but that was amazing. Never seen that. Never seen that since. But it was, I mean, millions of them.
Aye.
I mean, I don't know. I've took a lot of mushrooms in my life. Maybe I'm.
No,
No,
there's
but
certain
I-
places you go, there's thousands of them. What's happening at the festival? You doing this festival here?
Well, we're doing
What you doing?
we're doing Morty and I, Mortimer and Randolph.
Yes.
We're doing
Sally does.
Celtic
Celtic
Days.
Days.
So what, have you've done that before, Marty? The two of you have done it for
Aye,
together.
well, Phil Differ wrote it. It'd been percolating in Phil's nut for a couple of years.
Yeah, Phil's
and
great.
He's excellent. And apparently he'd had my man here and myself in mind for the parts. And it's a beautiful sort of little compact comedy about 2 mates that are Celtics their passion.
Aye.
And so they go to games and all that. And
But yous are older,
Aye,
obviously.
aye.
The old support idea, what the support used to be like.
Well, Celtic dads they're a breed, as far as I understand it. They're older fellas that go, and typically they will believe that everything was better in the old days, right?
Yeah.
Everything, the football was better, the curly whirlies are bigger,
That's right.
all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true.
and another thing is that I'm told is that, for instance, they typically they know where their colours, right? They just keep it tucked.
Oh, I
and
see,
they
right,
go to
okay.
the game and that, because you don't want to get mugged and all that on the way back and all that,
That's
right?
right.
So that's the kind of
people.
thing, and they you know, they'll reminisce about growing up and playing football and the Lisbon Lions and all this and that. But what sets it apart, I think, I no disrespect to these others, tons of these Celtic shows, you know, Celtic Story and Sing Along with Fian and all that.
There's a huge audience for them.
Well, there is, but
Clearly knowing our broth.
I'll talk to you about that in a minute.
But anyways, we done 4 last year. We debuted at Ormore in Glasgow last year, and that was an absolute banger.
Yeah.
And then we done another 3, I think. So
John Higgins, the snooker player, came to that one.
So then
John Higgins, world champion 4 times. And his son, wee Pierce, who's doing comedy now.
Oh, is it?
My missus clocked Pierce and was with his dad, and she said, Pierce, Raymond will never forgive you if you don't introduce him to your dad. And John Higgins stood and waited for me to come in.
We've got a good professional snooker player fan base now. That's growing. Because they come with the waistcoats and all that, you know, they make the effort.
Aye.
Make the effort.
Yeah.
But so we've got about many.
See, you've got a joke, Ryan, can you lift it and put it somewhere else and start it again? Get that kind of idea.
No.
It's a typical joke. That's
No. You've got a guy with white gloves does that for you.
Oh, no, you got somebody in, aye.
Aye, I reckon.
Listen, before I forget, before you guys come in earlier on, she was telling us a story about throwing up in her handbag. She had in the back of a taxi.
Is this?
I'm going to have to do it to him, and I'm going to hope that you remember. But Morty and I worked together years ago.
Oh, no. In the back of the van?
Shh. And we worked years ago in a chat line, you know, is it the days before TikTok, obviously, so it was the early version of TikTok. People talk, shouting the ball and calling each other cunts like that. And it was a good laugh. But we needed a lot of people. Greg worked there, Morty worked there, I worked there. And we decided to have a work a staffy night out. We went to Salakey Bay. And we hired a van. We got a driver for the van to take us out to Salakey Bay, which was somewhere that we kind of knew, out in the woods, near the water. Beautiful, idyllic city.
What's it called?
Salakey Bay.
Never heard it.
In a way,
Full of rabbits.
It's quite hidden, but it's beautiful. And Steu, who was with us, because he worked with us now, so there's we were all there. And he's a vegetarian, a vegan. Always has been. Always telling you about it. You know, you remember Steu, who's legendary for the shite he used to talk, the lies he used to tell, but hugely entertaining. And anyway, we get there with a good night. We all get well drunk and all the rest of it. A few people weren't very well, sick and all that, you know, midges everywhere. It kind of deteriorated, and we end up in the van at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's no Morton. I'm underneath the van banging. The van starts frighting people. It was pitch black. Anyway, we go up, we get running, we get home. Somebody's sick, all that, everyone's stopping sick. We get back to fucking Cartside, it wasn't Cartside Street, where was it? Was it Cartside Street? We get back to his house at Cartside Street. San Ferry, and he says, he gets out of the bag, takes all his stuff, a couple of cans of beer and his jacket, he's well there. We're all away home, despair. Next day, he phones me, he says, I've got up this morning feeling fucking rough as a dog. I went, aye. He says, got my jacket, got my fingers in my pocket. He said, oh, fucking me, sweet, and a couple of cans. An entire bag of sick.
Oh, man.
Lying in his bedroom at the back of the door on. He thinks it's 2 cans waiting for him in the morning.
I know, I actually was in the van.
That's a good bag. That's a good bag.
Oh, it was
a carrier bag.
It was a bag for life. It wasn't
Good bag.
This is runs too, he still used it.
I know, I tell you. You get a shot in that and everything, man.
But we had a lot of good, we had a good grounding, and well, certainly. It's Morty that started me in comedy. He'd ventured into stand-up before me. Not very long, but...
No, but then I started, and then you were quite curious about it, and I think... I encouraged you. And you didn't need much encouragement. And once you were there...
Like, you said, do that. And so when I got up, I didn't do stand-up. I got up and...
So when did you start?
Within a week,
what year did you start doing stand-up?
I think it was... Morty, what was it? 89? 88?
Well, I started
98?
About 89, and then I want to say that Greg and his 2 pals, Rab and Neil, when they had the sketch crew, 3-Man Trio Brothers tip. So I remember, the first So You Think Funny, I won it in 88, I want to say. Yeah. Then it was Phil K, and the year after that it was Greg and the 2 lads.
Yeah.
So, and it was then... If memory serves, that I'd said to you, I says, listen, I met this fella, these young guys, you might go down and meet, and then that's...
I know, because he introduced me to Greg and Rab and all them.
Aye.
But I was doing my own thing, I was working in a tune, and I got a job at Blackfriars. I've still got the receipt like for a tenner. Yeah. And Greg's got his receipt for a tenner.
Is that right?
There was 3 of them into that tenner. They get $3.30 each. So I kept that. I kept that. It shows you how it's changed. I mean, I don't know what they pay comedians now, but, you know, for jumping, don't tell me, because I might go back.
Roll back a wee bit? How did you end up throwing up into your bag?
Yeah, you threw up your hand.
Oh, I was at a cheese and pork party when I was 1920, and
you really went for the pork, didn't you?
and then I have to take a wee bit of cheese. I'm not a big fan of blue cheese, and munch. Gets into the back of the taxi, and then, you know, taxi's swinging round corners, the heating zone, there's a magic tree air freshener swinging, and we were just going through the Clyde Tunnel, and I thought, I'm going to need to be sick. Try to swallow all the slabbers, you know. And I just had to open the bag, Morty, and that was it. Chunks of cheese. And I binned the bag.
No wonder.
I didn't take it home and hang up behind my door.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was a Prada bag as well.
Good Prada bag.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a Prada bag. A real one.
A real one, aye.
How much did it cost? They're expensive.
Well, that was for my 18th birthday and it was gone by the
I
time
mean,
I was
if you
19.
just booked your ring in a taxi, it'd have been 25 quid.
Exactly. See, lasses are daft, aren't they?
We are
It's like
daft.
the guy, you know, I don't like your bag, you cow. It's a fucking Prada bag, fuck you.
So how long you been doing stand up now, Raymond? When did you start financing your effort?
I'll tell you exactly when I started. I started in 1994, and you and John Paul Leach were sitting at the same table as Ed Byrne, and you remember the comedy cellar under the 15th note.
Aye, 15th.
And what had happened
15th
is,
note.
so 13th note, aye. And I'd had heart surgery in November 1993.
I didn't believe you.
And what happened was, no, you didn't believe me. And I turned up in January, and Ed Byrne says, where the fuck were you? You were booked here to do a gig on the 2nd of December.
Well, excuse
and
me.
I said, I was in getting heart surgery. He says, that's the worst fucking excuse I've ever heard. And I opened my shirt, and the wound had all been infected, and it looked fucking manky. And I went, there you go, mate. He says, and I used to walk in there, get a spot anytime I wanted.
Aye. So Raymond was on all the time. And, Christ, so where are we getting to there? 30 odd year?
That was 94.
That's when I was born.
32 years ago.
Jesus.
So that was 1994.
Aye.
January 1994.
Used to do some stuff. I was telling you earlier on that thing about licking Clegg between the
licking
toes.
stuff.
And I used to get this response.
Or a toe-sucking thing, a toe-sucking routine.
Aye, you don't do that.
Yeah.
But it used to be...
Well, it was with a face. It was a face. Prince, well, there's no Prince anymore. Andrew went back and Windsor's wife. You remember she was in the paper then sucking this Johnny Bryan's toes,
That's
this
right.
Texan billionaire.
Aye.
And it was a whole...
And you made that equation.
Aye, I made it, basically. Go and suck my toes, your toes are bogging. I'll suck your bobby. Hey, that what a treat. That was a conceit of a
Just
joke,
the way it was
basically.
then,
I
aye.
know.
No, I loved it. I loved it down there in the 13th, because Ed Byrne left and he wanted
You
to
took
go.
it over.
We took it over, and what I wanted to ask you was, do you remember Donkey and Potty?
Who?
Oh, Donkey and Potty, the two vendors, big issue vendors that come in the
Is
night.
that two Neds that come on?
When Phil Kay was on.
Oh, you told me about this.
Oh, this is legend. So, place is jumping. I've got Phil on. I'm standing around the back with John, and Phil's doing, you know how Phil sometimes go 50-50, sometimes it works 100%, and then it wouldn't work at all. Same as, I'm trying to think, there's been a couple of 50-50. Well, let's just say there's a couple of these guys, but he wasn't doing very well. They weren't into it. And there were two boys come in the door, Duncan and Potty, and they were the genuine article selling, and they were out of their minds. And they're like, no way, it's a fucking comedy club, man. They were loud and sharp as fuck without mics. And he's struggling. And fatal, he went, if you think you can do any better, take the mic.
No problem.
Donkey takes the mic, Potty sits behind him, starts rolling a joint. He's sitting like, with his legs crossed like that. You tell him, Donkey. Right, and this was what Donkey won the war with. Donkey went, right, all right, I'll just start there like, aye, the place was jumping. He goes, right, he says, I was down that pavilion trying to see that, what'd you call him, Paul Daniels, no doing magic and all that. with his burden on it. He says, I went to that. He says, it was boring as fuck. People kind of laughing and that. He says, then I'm well, here, hold on. I'm coming down and all that. They don't, it's just no built, right, this joke, right? You go, we're not listening. I'm fucking willing them on. Fucking Phil's face is tripping him. He's standing at the side. So they've been on about 2 minutes. He says, so he's going to saw Debbie McGee in half, right? He's going to saw him half. I'm like, fuck this, man. I'm like, yeah. So I just get down to the stage. I've shoved Paul Daniels to the one side. I've fucking separated Debbie's legs and I've pumped her in the well out of Paul. Now that's magic, right? And the fucking crowd went, whoa! Oh, it's supposed to be right on, left-handers, cool and all that. The worst dirty joke you could tell, they were gods. Phil's away out the back door, no fucking right again. Greg was there, Gillick was there, everybody, John was there. The best thing. It's the worst thing you can do is ask any heckler if you think you're any better, get up. Because one in 10 will get up and fucking do a better guy.
Was that not at the venue where, and it might have been the same night, but you told me about this, that somebody had said to Phil Kay, did you get that jacket after Provy?
Aye.
And Phil Kay goes, what's the Provy?
That's right, that's the same night. You didn't know what the... Of course, that's when the crowd went against him. Because they were all going, oh, you don't even know what a Provy is.
It's not his fault he was educated at Strathallan.
No, and it's funny because I like Phil.
Yes.
You know, when he's hot, he's like amazing. He's still performing
yep.
and all that, but he used to do some mad stuff in the street. I remember one night he was up in Charing Cross and a very cute Volkswagen Beetle coming in the corner, and he got up on the roof there. And it was immaculate, and he's dancing about, look, I'm a Beetle and all that, you know, pa. And the guys went, don't twist it.
Do you know what? I toured, we went on a 2-week tour of Thailand and Indonesia with Phil. So this was about maybe, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. And I gets to Manchester Airport, so we're away for 2 weeks. We're over Thailand and Phuket, and then we fly to Jakarta, then we're out in Bali.
Right.
So we're fucking on and off planes all the time. I turn up Manchester Airport, I've got my big military grade fucking bag with everything in it. Right. I don't travel light. Right? I guess to Manchester Airport, there's Phil, a pair of jeans, a pair of Jesus sandals, a shirt opened into the navel, a guitar, and one of these bags you put a newspaper in, you know, you get them at the fringe, one of these canvas fucking bags. I says, have you already checked in? He went, no. I says, where the fuck's your bag? He says, what bag? I says, where's your clothes? He says, I'm wearing them. I went, fuck me. Right, that was the first thing. So he never, I mean, mental, toured all over Asia with him, and he told me there was something on his mind. And I says, well, what's up with you? He says, I'm going to get to jail when I get back. He lives in East Grinstead.
Oh, does he?
He lives down in East Grinstead. No, a lot of people know this. Some people don't. That's where all that Scientologist mob live. Oh. That's where L. Ron Hubbard lived.
Right,
down there.
Okay.
And what happened was, he's in East Grinstead, and there's one of the Scientology boys. He owns a bathroom store. Right. Fitted bathrooms and kitchens, and what happens is above he's got a kind of portico with a bit above it, and there's a bath on top of the front door. So Phil climbs up and gets in the boy's bath and says, look, I'm rowing a boat. And the guy fucking raging, no sense of jailed him. And he was facing, when he came back from Thailand, he was dead down and everything. He says, I'm going to get a fucking jail.
Well, no, because he would if you were in your house, he'd go and pull the fucking iron board out and start surfing. No.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Breaking things.
In fact, he did that in the big hotel in Bangkok. He brought the iron board down for the hotel room and broke the fucker when he was skateboarding on it.
Do you mind that guy called Lynn? Call it Quicker. He used to stick a firework up his arse and light it.
Yeah.
What did you call him?
Oh,
Chris Lyman.
Chris, well done.
Chris Lynham.
Yeah.
Right, well, John Paul and me, this is years ago, about 10 years ago, but John Paul, me, Gillick, a couple other old comedians, went in on the south side to get a pint, just talk about old times and that. John Paul's on your holidays, as you know, and they were sitting cracking away and that. And I went, you mind when Gint used to stick the fucking firework up his arse? And he went, say the name again?
Chris
Lynham. But he was bollock naked.
Aye.
And he'd light the firework and sing, there's no business like show.
Yeah, it's a Roman candle. So it's 15 years since we've seen this guy. and we're breaking up for the night. That was great. We must do this again sometime, get a curry or whatever. And we come out, and somebody says there's a comedy night in the basement. It was in that pub that's on the Gushet, no far from the Rum Shack. What do you call that big?
Winning.
The what?
It's
The
called
Granary.
Winning now. Or
The Granary.
The Granary. So there was a comedy venue doing the...
Was it
No,
in the,
no.
Was it
There's no
downstairs above
downstairs.
us?
It was up.
Oh, it was
but-
above it.
Anyway, they said there's a comedy gig in there. But we're on the way out. We went, I said, do you want to go up and have a look? He said, I'll take a look round the door and see what the days guys are all doing. Walk up the door. It's your man, innit? Bollock naked. There's not. Right at the bunny we opened the door. He's got a Roman candle. Right. Nah. Nah. People going, fuck me. Because it's too wee, the place. No, we stayed until he finished his act, got his round of applause. Went up, he said hello, because he knew it was like... And I went, I can't believe you're still doing that. He went, look at my ass.
Nice.
Right, he took his ass is like leather. It's
know.
like hippo skin, all burnt.
He had to stop doing it
Aye.
because he was seriously...
Burning his ass. His ass is black. Yeah. all burnt. Like a burnt out, like an exploding fire.
That's sad, Chris. I mean, he had to stop doing that.
So where's your most far flung then? What about you, Morty? How far away have you been with the comedy? You've been a bit of travelling, have you not?
Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait City.
Well, you wouldn't be doing that this week, would you?
No.
No.
Hard to get away for the gig.
But I've never done these. I've never been to like Australia and all these places that tons of comics go to. I've never been there. Did one in San Francisco years ago.
That's what I wanted to tell you about before I forgot about Salaky Bay that night. We've got Steu who's preaching all the way there about how bad meat is for you and all the rest of it.
How bad, what?
Meat. He's a vegan, you know, strictly. His whole family.
I'm sure
That's the
some
story.
chicken picora with him
I
one
know,
night.
that's the story he was making up. You know how he could fucking lie for Britain. We get there, we find him round the back of a fucking tree wiring into sausages. I'm fucking in his heart. In the darkness. Right, you fuck, why don't you just tell the fucking truth?
Everybody loves Steu,
Oh,
but
my favourite
God
guy.
rest his sweet soul, but he had a very vivid imagination. It was great.
When Steu was ill, we our fellow, Graham Mackey put together a fundraising gig for
Aye.
Steu. Was going out of hospice and all that.
Yeah.
So downstairs at Morton, it was really, really good. You know, a lot of people come along. God bless them. And Fred was on, G. Lafferty was on, a couple others. Well, Parrot and I went on, right? You know, Parrot and I came up at the same time as Steu.
He was the other 50-50 comedian, Parrot. He would either
Right,
go or
well,
would
well,
go.
Back in the day, he was fucking unstoppable.
We went
though.
up, Parrot and I, not to do any stand-up, but just to tell some of Steu's tall tales.
Yeah.
To relate a couple of them. And I told one, and then Mick Ferry told me a bit about it, an add-on at the end. So here's what happened, according to Steu. It's an absolute cracker. So he's down in, I want to say, like, say it's Leicester, Birmingham, something like that. He's doing a gig, absolutely smashes it, of course, smashes it, right? Goes back into his hotel, and there's an entourage there, right? And there's a bit of fuss and all this, and here, who is
It was
it?
Birmingham.
Right, let me finish the damn story.
I know the story.
Right, I know you know the story, well, I'm telling these people. I've hardly said a word the last fucking 40 minutes.
Sorry, Marty. Sorry. It's your pulpit, Mortimer. Carry on.
So there's Val Kilmer, right? He's just after doing the Batman film.
In the same room as Steu who, that.
He's at a bar, right? So Steu would still have a beer or something. So he gets on at a house on fire, right? Val Kilmer, right? You know Steu, everybody you met, Pope, nice guy, likes a smoke, right? All right, right?
Batman's a sociable cunt, right?
So he told the tale that Val Kilmer had says to him, I've actually got a Batman suit up in the room. So, have you? So, if we're up to the room and Steu's tried it on and here it fitted him, although he's quite a slim guy and all that. Well, so Val would have been a bigger lad, but so they get the bat helmet on him and all that, right? So the two of them go out in their ass, around the streets of Birmingham, right?
Yeah,
like a fucking Cape Crusader, right? Into pubs and all that. What I said was that Val Kilmer had said to him, oh, Steu, it's yourself, listen, really enjoyed the gig the night, right, like you'd been at Steu's gig, this is what Steu's saying, right, and I thought that was the end of the tale, but Mick told me that according to Steu, Val Kilmer also said to him, love the new material.
As if he'd been a fan.
Do you know about the oh man?
Let's do your tale. You have to tell me.
Well, no, I got a better one than that.
Right.
So he does a gig. I mean, these are tales that came from Stew's mouth, right?
Aye.
So he does a gig and burns it down, man. It's just crushes it. Oh, every single one. Every single gig. Never died in his hole. Ever. Amazing. What a career. And so he does this gig, right? He's getting fucking carried shoulder high through the crowd and all that, right? But as he's there, shaking hands and all that, he sees over there, right, there's two guys at a bar and they're a bit, you know, like that. So his ear was in, he says, I wonder what's up with these lads. So he pushes through, oh, thanks very much. No, I've gave up a drink, that, thanks all the same, right? Goes up to see these two guys and says, did you know? He's all right. Aye. Well, you just, like the show and that? Oh, no, yeah, it was great, it's great. It's just that a friend of yours was in a dreadful accident, car accident, and he got pitched right through the front window and he's horribly disfigured. And so, and we can't, and Stu said, well, you've got plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. And I said, I know, but it's hella expensive, you know, we can't afford it and it's a real shame. So that's how we're not really reacting, you know. Stu says, here's your number. Gets some number in it. Goes down the library, gets a couple of books, right, on cosmetic.
Oh, no.
Cosmetic surgery.
No.
Gets some needles, thread, embalming fluid, fucking wax and all that, right? Goes up to see the guy who reconstructs his face, right? So now, well, he does still look a sight, at least he can cut a bit. And as I was telling that tale, Parrot chimes in at the end and goes, and that's how we got Mickey Rourke.
No, the version of that story I heard, it was told to me by Steu, was, same I got to crush through the throng, two guys. Our brother died in a car accident and he's horribly disfigured.
Can't get an open casket.
And we can't have an open, my mother's really upset, we can't have an open casket at a funeral because he's horrible to look at. And we need plastic surgery. So Steu says, you want me to have a go? Right. And he went down to the library, sure enough, and he got everything and he learned and he sewed this boy up and he had an open casket and everything.
That's fantastic. See, there's nothing I couldn't do. Like, he sat, me and my wife, because we all worked together, sure, back in the day, chin mag, and he said to me, he was sitting talking to me and my wife, and he was saying, to build a coffin, he says, for the Raymond's school play, he says, and I said, I'll do it. So I built a coffin, I've maybe put RIP and all that in the front, it made it all good. I made it that big, I couldn't get it out of the house. See, take the front and do it out of the house to get the coffin out. So that was year one. So Stu's still working with us 4 years later, and he's got a couple of beers on him now. And Leslie says, she was always fucking pronging him. She went, what are you up to? He went, well, the man's got a play at school. Leslie went, this is a Scofield story. He went, it's about the king and Herod and all that. He says, and I've had to build a throne. He says, so I built it in the living room, but you know, guess I couldn't get it out of the house. So Leslie says, you're a fucking idiot. And he went, what? I went, she says, because you built a coffin, you couldn't get it in the house. And have you got any furniture? Where fucking get a house is it you live in? At what point were you building this throne and realised this is too big for the So he kept losing me bits, but he was immensely entertaining. We were in the car, driving. Were you in the car? When because we're desperate to get Steu back with his lies, because we would just always swallow them out of respect. He was one of those guys, he would just right in the eyes and tell you the most ludicrous fucking thing, like so and so his face. Even if you were trying to help, you wouldn't, would you? You know, because you couldn't easily bite your brother's face, it's the same size anyway. But you know, to put one eyelid. So we're in the car and we're driving away up to Aberdeen or Dundee. It was part of the tour. And Stu's in the back. I can't remember what the configuration was, but anyway, Greg was in the back and he goes, he says to Greg, you were brought up in Canada, weren't you? And Greg went, yeah, I was, aye. He says, anything happened to you there, do you enjoy it? He went, well, my sister-in-law lost her toes and the cold and all the things. It's harsh country. He says, but when the weather was good, he says, I used to actually deliver Marlena Dietrich's newspaper. He says, she was in her 90s by then. He says, and she had the house up the road for us, and she used to let us swim in the swimming pool and that. He says, but I used to just fling newspaper. Marlena Dietrich, do you know what I mean? Fucking Stew's gone like that. Fucking eyes are going 100 miles an hour and he's trying to work out dates and all that. And he's gone, right enough, because she didn't die. You knew that much. She didn't die in 19. He went, I was only 11 and that. He's like, fuck me, completely clamped all the way to Aberdeen. But it was the only time he'd fucking, it was Greg get down at Clampton. He just didn't have anything better that day. Nothing.
I had a mate that used to wash Sheena Easter's windies. But that's not a sex thing. She used to live in Bells Hill.
She's worried about drones now. That
about what?
She lives 3 up and she's wondering is her boys able to see her in her scants with the drones now, because they can just go up to any window they want, do their peeping Tom.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You can see a lot with the drones now. I'm really looking.
I've got 4 out of them.
You shoot the head, you.
So,
tell me about the Celtic Daz.
Where are you playing? What's happening?
Well, we are playing at Oranmore in the Comedy Festival, and that's already sold out. We've sold that one out, so that's on the 24th of March. So if you're trying to get a ticket, forget it. You're not going to get a ticket. But we're coming to a theatre near you soon, unless you're watching this in fucking Alaska or something.
Where could you be doing with selling half a dozen there?
Aye, we're going to East Kilbride, Hamilton, Airdrie, Cumbernauld, and Arbroath.
That was a breaks going on just before Arbroath. Arbroath always need a wee tickle first. They need spoken lovely
tickle, Arbroath.
Well, the thing about Arbroath is the smoky people.
I know.
They're good savers and they've got good, they've got expendable income. They're good to themselves. They buy themselves nice clays. I've played Arbroath many times, and I'm sure you have too, Marty, over the years. Have you not?
No.
You'll get a good audience there, but they need nudged.
They need nudged.
They need a wee nudge. It's not particularly Celtic.
Nudge.
It's not a Celtic to
nudge.
Yeah, come and see Celtic, because it's not just about Celtic, it's about friendship, and it's about aging, and about and Phil's great because he's written it around some of the things he's obviously felt and experienced in his life, and he's a wee bit older than us,
he's over 80
and he's a brilliant
now,
writer. And if anybody could watch it and go, I can identify with some of that, and it's all right when you're young, right, and you're like that, going, man, we'll get mad with it, and you drink 16 super lagers and shit your breeks and you're fine. But it's when you get to a certain age, I don't know about you, but I find, the mind and the will, the spirit is willing, but the body's just got fucking, leave me alone.
Aye.
And it's very...
Do you do football anyway? I mean, do you like football? Is football your eyes?
Aye. I'm a Motorway season ticket holder.
Right, okay.
I mean, we go home and away. In fact, Jens Bertolascu came to my gig 2 weeks ago.
That's the Motherwell manager.
He's a Motherwell manager who's playing some beautiful football right now. That's why there's no drones looking in your window. Everybody's up at Fair Park for a swat. That's fantastic.
The options are Shelby's knickers or Motherwell.
Motherwell.
Yes, aye, Motherwell. Motherwell's getting all the attention. Your fanny's got no chance.
So, you did Glasgow, Daz, I noticed, because I've seen a few.
Well, we don't do that anymore because Stuart's away to take care of the world.
Right.
And he's not going to bother with Glasgow, because it's not making any money. He's away to sell out the Hydro.
Yes.
3 nights running.
Yeah. Is he playing the Hydro?
No, it wasn't Hydro, what do you call it? The Armadillo.
Oh, that, yes.
It was at a weekend. He sold it out 3 days.
That's terrific.
2 days, 3 times in 2 days. Was it once on Saturday, twice on Sunday?
I'll tell you how stupid I was. When I saw it at first, I thought he might have been your boy. You get that a lot, do you?
A lot of people do, but the general public's not that bright.
Well,
that's what I put it,
that includes me. I don't know if you've got
there's a real lack of critical thought amongst the general population. I mean, it would take you...
You want to say that about Arbroath, though, because Arbroath are very, very sharp and on the ball.
Oh, people have Arbroath. Aye.
Different
and East Kilbride and Hamilton and who comes to play, you're all clever people.
Very, very
see outside, they say, fuckwits, complete fuckwits.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a highly intellectual audience. We get male for
Aye, we do. So where do we get your tickets, though? Just online?
Aye, go to www.celticdaz.com.
There we go.
Are you still using www?
Aye, it's
Nobody
a website,
says
isn't it? Well, I fucking say it.
We're old.
No, I know.
We're stuck in our ways. We're stuck in our
It's on
W's.
CFAX, alright, just go to CFAX.
Now you got me. I've got the Grundig 28, the big boy. Colourful.
The big
Yeah, I
boomerang.
can get teletext
Aye,
now. That's
right.
on it. Listen, I want to say great luck with Celtic Daz,
Thank
because
you.
I know it doesn't need it, because it's been lauded plenty of times before as
it's
a
good.
winner. I hope things you
Yeah.
get the rest of your stuff away. And above all, thanks to both of you for coming in. You can
Yes.
get to fuck Morty, because your face is tripping since you come in. But Raymond Mearns and Bruce Morton, thank you
you.
very, very much.
Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for having us
us.
along. Thank you.
22nd, did you say?
The 22nd of March, Sunday the 22nd of March, in
Can
Blackfriars.
you put Sunday the 22nd of March?
Aye,
on
Raymond
Blackfriars,
Mearns is
Raymond
looking
Mearns.
for trouble.
Yeah.
Hey there, boogerlugs, prick up your ears and eyes. Hey there, boogerlugs, you got a big surprise. It ain't no podcast, what it is we just don't know. We're just saying, you're welcome to the Ford and Shelby Show. The Ford and Shelby Show. That is, the Ford and Shelby Show.